So yes, it's time for your daily dose of Diablo 4 news and updates because guess what? Today we have a combination of official updates, responses from the devs about possible changes to Helltide events, a new leak detailing a game-changing feature that will definitely change the way you play if it pans out to be true. And wait a second, is there an actual renewed hope for the Necromancer minion build? Also, it seems like certain uniques are just not dropping, and the community is absolutely baffled by this, so we've got new responses from Blizzard about that one, and even more crucial tips about crafting and inventory management that'll make your Diablo 4 experience much smoother. But also, check this out right here. So you're probably like me trying to find more time in the day to play some Diablo 4 instead of, say, well, grocery shopping, wasting countless hours in the store. And that's why I've been really enjoying Factor, the ultimate meal kit solution. Now, Factor ships delicious, cost-effective, and healthy meals straight to my front door, and they are all pre-made and ready to go, which is really convenient. It literally takes me only 2 minutes to heat their chef-prepared meals, plus there's no complicated prepping and no messy kitchen cleaning afterwards, and I'm literally saving money using Factor. So join me right now and get your Factor meals delivered straight to your door. Use my link in the description below or go to go.factor75.com and use code POGOWGJUN50 for 50% off your first box. Once you click, my description will live update to count up the purchases. And what's really cool is the amount of variety Factor offers for my meals. They offer meals for my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they also have meals for keto, low-calorie, vegan, and even vegetarian lifestyles. They have over 34 meal options and 36 plus add-ons like smoothies, keto shakes, desserts, and much more. And you can have all of these delivered 4 to 18 times per week with the ability to modify your food preferences at any time and frequency of food delivery, which is super convenient. So yeah, join me right now and get your Factor meals delivered straight to your door. Use my link in that description below or go to go.factor75.com and use code POGOWGJUN50 for 50% off your first box. Now remember, once you click, my description will live update to count up the purchases. So yeah, check it out in the description below. All right, so we're going to start out with Helltide. So what's going on with those? Check it out. It says, loving this game so far. Just wondering if you guys have considered increasing density in-game content such as Nightmare Dungeons and Helltide. Too much running, not enough hacking demons. And Adam Fletcher of Blizzard says this, seen the comments, and it's something we are tracking. No updates as of now. So this is your time right now to sound off if you guys think Helltides are fine as they are and Nightmare Dungeons are good to go, or do you think the mob density, the enemy density needs to be upped, increased? Sound off in the comments below because we're looking at it, investigating it, and that may change in the future. Also, mentioning Helltides, you probably want to know this one as well. Check it out. It goes on to say the following right here. A map of Diablo 4's Helltide mystery chests for 6 to 8 sacred legendaries at a time. I kid you not. And there's a really cool tool that you can actually use to really use the Helltides in the best way possible. So yes, check it out in that description below if you kind of want a shortcut while roaming around Helltides. And also, there's this really cool tool. Now, it's up and down with this tool. What I mean by that is that one moment's working, one moment's not. But when it's working, it's very cool. There's a Helltide timer and mystery chest tracker tool. I'll also throw this in the description for you as well. It's going to be super helpful for you all. Now, we also have a new client patch that actually went live. It's this new client patch out on console and PC for Diablo 4. Just some additional stability and bug fixes. So yes, they are further fine-tuning the experience with the game when it comes to stability as well. Nothing major in terms of actual changes to balance or anything today, but I will keep you guys in the know because they are currently working on that major patch. So yeah, let's go to Twitter, shall we? So it says this right here. Is it a bug that on World Tier 4, the new uniques that can drop didn't drop, like Harlequin Crest, Grandfather, and so on? Or are they not in the final game? So we have more details. It says all uniques do not have the same drop chance. Some uniques are exceedingly rare. So that is the confirmation as to what's going on with those. It's not like they don't exist at all in the game. It's just that they're super, super, super rare. This is not going to be like the closed beta or, you know, the open beta experience in that you would expect tons of drops for super rare stuff. They want it to be extremely meaningful, impactful when you receive these ultra rare items. All right, so let's talk about that leak because of course we have this account on Twitter, which posted this right here. They datamine Diablo Immortal, but also they datamine Diablo 4. Check it out. It says, things may be rough without a gem tab, but don't completely waste your gemstone drops by ignoring them. There are more upgrades awaiting us in the future. So yes, right now, currently, we can upgrade all the way up to Royal, which is rank 5 for the gems, but apparently there's more waiting for us up to rank 8. Now, I don't know if they're going to post like some sort of update to the game where they're like, now you can go straight up to rank 8, or kind of trickle this update where it's like, okay, now you can do rank 6, and then so on and so forth. We'll have to wait and find out what Blizzard does, but it seems like this data mine is going to be also super important to us now, because you do not want to waste your gems at all. You're going to want to hold on to your gems currently, because you're going to need a lot of gems to get to that rank 8, trust me. So definitely store any gems that you find currently, it seems. Now, I don't know how long you're going to have to wait and hold those gems. That's going to be the pain in the butt currently. But as it stands right now, it is recommended to potentially hold on to every single gem that you get, because you're going to need thousands to upgrade to that rank 8 level, apparently. So again, this is all data mined. Take it all with a grain of salt, but this data miner has been on point with Immortal every single time practically. So I'm going to say that this is most likely going to be panning out to be true. Now, also, this was a great question right here on Twitter. It says, how come I can't upgrade past standard gems? And the response from Datamine ARPG is this: Royal, which comes after Flawless, seems to be the maximum achievable upgrade as of now, which is 5 out of 8. Oh, and as of how Flawless unlocks at level 60 and Royal at level 70, and you may have to be at the highest world tier for your level to craft them at the jeweler. So the more you know, if you're finally getting into the end game, now there's very little confusion on how that works. But also, this is another question as well. It says, we have only 4 tabs and so many loot drop in later tiers in Diablo 4. And Datamine ARPG says this: they obviously must have a plan of some sort for this. Let's see how they will implement the gem tab and additional stash tabs as well. And this is where they'll probably introduce stash tabs for sell later down the road. That is the big concern, of course. And it says, my guess is that gem rank 6, 7, and 8 will unlock at levels 80, 90, and 100 respectively, along with new world tiers. As for stash tabs, I hope they can be earned during seasons like in Diablo 3. However, stash tabs are not power. They could be an option for the store active EP. So yeah, it seems like he's taking a guess that these gems are also alluding to the fact that we could potentially be seeing new world tiers added as well, which is definitely interesting. Now, a lot of you guys have noticed in my gameplay that my HUD is in the lower left, and you scratch your head wondering, wait a second, how in the world can I do that? So Rod Ferguson confirms this. Hey Rod, I play on console, but I'm never going to play couch co-op. Is there a way to center my HUD like on PC? And the answer is this: great question. Yes, simply go into options and then go gameplay and select option for HUD configuration and simply choose center instead of left. You can also do this on PC and PlayStation as well. So yes, go for it. You can do whatever you want with your HUD. Let me know, do you prefer it centered or do you prefer it to the left? I myself prefer it to the left. I just think it looks more sleek. Now, recently, you guys may remember that, yeah, there were some server issues big time, especially yesterday. I don't think that they are persisting today. Seems like so far it's running pretty good, but the weekend is going to be a different story. They expect a huge influx of players this weekend, but it did bring up this discussion right here. This has a whopping 18,200 upvotes out on Reddit. This Blizzard, if you can't keep servers online, give us offline mode. And a lot of people just want some sort of offline mode just as an option, a safe way to be able to play the game during updates. It's not too much to ask, but then again, you know, it becomes problematic when we're talking about hardcore mode, because I'm sure that there would be very interesting ways to cheese the game or to cheat in hardcore mode if you are playing offline. So that's where it does become concerning. But yes, it's definitely a discussion within the community. Blizzard sliding offline mode to enable after reading this sub. It's just a no-brainer, right? Yeah, it would be really nice if they could do that, because you wouldn't have to worry about rubber banding, lag issues, or anything like that. I myself absolutely love that as an option. But then again, currently what I do love is going into those PvE type events and seeing other players help out. So yeah, that's really grown on me. Also, this is a big request right here. It says, please don't make us do the map completion for seasons again. And it goes on to say, I have no idea if anyone already stated this, but as a long-term Diablo fan, I am right now really enjoying the game, and I have been playing almost every season in Diablo 3. Back then yesterday, I gave all the Lilith statues a go, and I'm working on my renown right now. While doing that, I've been talking to multiple friends on Discord about how they feel about the map completion. And I can literally sum up all the answer as this. I like to do that right now because it's the first time, but I already don't see myself doing that even in the first season again. So yeah, it seems like this is an issue right now, and I really hope that Blizzard taps into this as being a future problem for seasons, and that they remedy this immediately, because yes, it would be nice for the map to be fully explorable and you get rid of the redundancies of having to lift that fog of war, which is always a pain. Now, we got to talk about the Necromancer minion build, because someone found a way to make it much more viable. So yes, there is actual hope. It says renewed hope for Necro minion build. You found this ring right here, and if we scroll down to the aspect, this is where it gets interesting. It says while you have 7 or more minions, you gain lucky hit up to a 10% chance to empower all of your minions, causing the next attack from each to explode for 13,000 physical damage. Talk about an amazing aspect. Talk about an amazing find. And we do also have a response. Check it out right here. This is interesting. I can't wait to really play the Necromancer minion build. It says, I'm honestly finding my minion build to be pretty bloody viable. Really not sure why minions are getting crap on so much. Running the minion specific aspects has them being a little army of the dead, and I love it. So people are fully embracing it. I think especially perhaps during level 1 through 50, you can really embrace having your own army of the dead. It might get a little bit trickier in the end game. Let me know if anyone is seeing a lot of success with minions when it comes to getting into the end game more and more. Also, we have a really invaluable tip here as well. Check it out. Free up inventory space by throwing gems in gear that's being salvaged. So all you have to do is plop that gem right into that gear piece, and it helps just free up inventory, because you already know, hey, I'm going to be breaking down this gear anyway. And remember, when you break down the gear, the gem actually goes straight into your stash. So it's a win-win. Also, we got to talk about crafting. So check it out right here. It says crafting materials and currency source guide. This is an excellent resource if you are needing to find a specific type of crafting material through the open world. It goes on to tell you every little detail that you need to know. I'm going to throw that in the description for you all, of course. But what's this right here? It says dungeons not saving progress is becoming a real issue. 3 times today, I've been disconnected in a nightmare dungeon and lost progress. Internet blips, progress all gone. Game crash, sorry, tough luck, back to town you go. This even happened as I was selecting my glyph, upgrade, reward, getting really tired of this always online system. There needs to be some sort of soft save somehow, or at least maybe a few minutes of what you were last doing. Sorry, just had to vent. And it's very difficult to tell sometimes if you're in the middle of a dungeon or even like a story quest line when the game has saved or at what point you're going to be leaving off. And I think there needs to be way more feedback with that. And I think also I do agree that the system has to improve down the road, simply because it is such a hardcore online game. There's really no offline option whatsoever. All right, so next up, we need to go over your top comments. Remember, leave a comment down below. It could end up in a future video. So yes, let's go to my most recent video, of course, which was this one right here. It says it's official, new updates to dungeons, bosses, and more. So yeah, check that out. There was a recent patch which did adjust some stuff, of course. Let's get into what you guys had to say about this one. All right, so it says a world boss timer implemented on screen would be awesome. Basically, any server information should be relayed to us. 100% agree. Again, remember, the frequency of maintenance and updates is going to be, lessened. It's not going to be as prevalent. So you guys can take a sigh of relief knowing that. Now, this weekend This weekend is going to be really a big test for the game. You're going to see a huge influx of players, so you might see some maintenance, some updates, which they do say is just going to help the future of the game. So brace yourselves. Now, Sean does say this. I really wish they'd give us an in-game message when they plan on doing server work. Absolutely. Johnny Lutz goes on to say, more than boss changes, notice for world bosses, even gym bags, etc. I really want there to be search functions in the stash, inventory, aspect collection, skill tree, not just keywords. Names of skills need to be searched basically everywhere. Even Diablo 3 had a search function. Spending 25% of my time searching if I have a duplicate fix in my stash is maddening. So yeah, those systems definitely need to be improved into the future. We'll see what Blizzard does. I'm sure they're coming up with a priority list for us. Now, Sick Playboy says this, has anyone else been running into invisible walls, lagging, and random teleporting backwards? You know, during my entire play session, I have run into that only a few times. The one thing that was annoying was when I was trying to get to an actual main objective and I ran into an absolute invisible wall I could not get past whatsoever. I did remedy this very quickly by teleporting to another waypoint, and that solved the problem. I was able to get through. So as long as there was an easy fix, I'm good to go. If I could not move on through the main quest line, that would have been an absolutely huge issue, of course. Now, Keith says this right here. I wanted to share an interesting encounter I just had in a dungeon. So there was a treasure goblin in this dungeon. As I'm chasing it, all of a sudden I run into the butcher. On top of that, near the butcher was an elite mob as well. Yet, I was able to kill all three and got a mount trophy from the butcher to boot. Nicely done, Keith. Hell yes. Now, G Gaming 24 says gym bag is needed and the survival events need to reward more by overkilling the waves amount. Yes, the guards of the gated areas seem to rotate constantly to open a door gate. Very amusing for me, as it gave me a laugh every time. Yeah. Now, D-Leap says, aside from not giving experience, the room also doesn't give drops. I would realize that when elites spawn in like crazy, and after clearing, there's not a single drop of anything but potions portions. Edit, and this is in tier 4, by the way. That is ridiculous. There's no excuse for that. So yeah, we'll hear what they have to say about adjusting that sort of thing when it comes to dungeons and mob density, and of course, certain mobs not giving experience or loot. That is problematic. Especially, again, when you're in those higher tiers, you expect that sort of thing, especially when you're looking for crafting materials. But there it is. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned here for more Diablo 4 news and updates. I have you guys covered, and I will see you all next time. Take care.